In this episode of Netrift Adventures, we see geysers creating islands like volcanoes, the site at which national parks were thought up, world-class waterfalls in a world-class canyon, wildlife, and more. We had finally reached our last day in Yellowstone. On this bittersweet day, we decided to start our day with something that we hadn't done on our trip so far. See some geysers. In all seriousness, we were trying to hit the geyser basins we hadn't seen yet, and the main one was right next to our campsite at West Thumb, which is aptly named the West Thumb Geyser Basin. This geyser basin is very unique in that it is actually on the edge of Lake Yellowstone, which allows you to see geysers actively forming from the lake bed. The lake bed itself has many geysers that affect the lake's environment that resemble those found in Monument Geyser Basin. We saw a kayak tour too, which was pretty neat. Our main focus today was to hike the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone and see the iconic falls there, so we would make our way clockwise around the lower loop from Grant Village and make a few stops along the way. Our first stop was the Madison Visitor Center. This visitor center features a very special monument. It says, "Here at the junction of the Firehole and Gibbon Rivers on September 19, 1870, members of the Washburn-Langford-Doane expedition gathered around the campfire the last evening of their historic exploration of the Yellowstone country and discussed the astounding natural wonders they had seen. There emerged an idea expressed by Cornelius Hedges that there should be no private ownership of these wonders, but that the area should be preserved for public enjoyment." Others shared these views, and on March 1, 1872, President Ulysses S. Grant signed the act establishing Yellowstone as the world's first national park. In the century since, 1,200 national parks and equivalent preserves have been established by more than 90 nations, and this was in the 70s, so even more have been done today. This place is so very special to all of us who love the outdoors and our public lands, and is a powerful reminder of what their purpose is, and that we should fight to preserve them. We then headed towards Norris Geyser Basin. We had already been there on our first day, but we just had to take one more shot at seeing the world's largest geyser, Steamboat Geyser, erupt.
Last day, attempt 2. Steamboat's going off in the next 20 minutes.
Good advice. What?
We'll see.
Now that you're here, how are the vibes?
A little, okay.
We'll see. I believe. That was the shatterer of dreams that just walked by. It's okay.
Talk to the ranger.
Like weeks. We'll have to plan a trip specifically around seeing this, I guess.
With our dreams shattered, we needed a pick-me-up, and we found one on the way to Canyon Village in the form of a stunning waterfall. Also, check out the sky.
That's not the lens, by the way. That's a, circular rainbow up there. That's really cool.
It was finally time to hike the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone and view the upper and lower falls, which are some of the most iconic vistas in the park, if not the world. We parked and started near the brink of the upper falls, which, while being smaller than the lower falls, was nonetheless incredible with its roaring rapids and swift currents.
That's nuts.
Hold on to your hat.
That's incredible.
This hike was surprisingly gorgeous and longer than we expected as we hiked to the brink of the lower falls.
You can definitely wrap that.
Our final destination in the canyon was Red Rock Point, which featured a ton of switchbacks on the trail, but was one of the most gorgeous sights we had seen so far in the park.
Wow.
This is an incredible trail. That's incredible.
We then headed towards the mud volcanoes, which is one of my favorite areas of the park, but to do so, we had to pass through Hayden Valley again, which was fine by me, as this valley is one of my favorite places on earth.
Shoot, there's a bunch laying down too. Over there. You're gonna see it.
Oh, that one is really young, you're right.
The wildlife continued into the mud
at
volcanoes,
that
as the bison wanted to see the features too, apparently.
Isn't this one cool?
Yeah.
That smells good.
This is the worst one.
After seeing everything that the mud volcanoes had to offer, we decided to conclude our time in the park where it began, back at the Old Faithful Lodge for a dinner reservation I had made that morning.
Look at the clock.
The Old Faithful Lodge itself is awe-inspiring in its architecture and location, but at night, it is simply magical. The lights, ceiling height, sunset, music, and ambiance are unlike anywhere I've ever experienced, and despite the food being subpar and overpriced, it was a perfect way to bookend our time in the world's first national park. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and will subscribe to see more of our adventures. There is just one more episode to go in this year's national park trip of ours, and next time we finish it off with a truly unforgettable experience in the Grand Tetons. I hope you guys can get outside this week, and until our next adventure, go experience the outdoors. I'll see you guys next time.